Do you ever wonder what it would cost to live on the road traveling with your horses, whether it be for a month or 3 months or 6 months? Libby! Have you ever dreamed of living full-time RVing with your horse, traveling the countryside, riding and experiencing the joy of life? Never thought you could afford to do it, or not sure whether you can afford to do it, or what it would cost for you to do it? Well, I have a budget that we have done, myself, Rhonda, and Jason. We have traveled with the horses to Florida for the winter, this past winter. So I'm going to share with you our budget of what we paid in order to live full-time RVing with 2 horses, 2 motorcycles, and our dog Libby. So before we get started with the budget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please click the subscribe button below and hit the bell notification so you don't miss our next video. So in the 3 months that we were gone to Florida, we traveled to 10 destinations in Florida. We stayed at free campsites. So if you want to do this really cheap, or as cheap as you possibly can and still enjoy life, the Florida water management is the best thing I've ever seen. Down in Florida, they have free campsites. I'll leave the links below of the places that you can apply for special use permits to be able to camp for free and to be able to enjoy the trails, the amenities. So in the 3 months that we were gone to Florida, it cost us in total, for the total 3 months that we were gone, it was $3,988.92. Now, by month, that works out to $1,329.64. So I'm going to give you a bit of a breakdown. Our groceries for us, for Jason and myself, and for Libby, was $1,141.75. Now, we didn't do a lot of eating out. We basically always made our food here in the RV, whether it be barbecuing or cooking in here. We did the cheapest possible meals that we could possibly do. Our fuel was our biggest expense. The motorhome is a 40-foot Gulfstream diesel pusher. It's got the 4 slide outs. It is 29,000 pounds. So it's a heavy unit. Then with the 4-horse trailer with the 2 motorcycles and the 2 horses pulling, we averaged 6.18 miles per gallon. Now, don't forget, with that mileage, we also have a diesel heater in the basement of the motorhome that it heats the floors. When we left, it was very cold here when we left in December. So we needed that diesel heater to heat the floors and keep the motorhome warm. And it saved a bit on a propane. So our total fuel costs for the motorhome, the total trip was $1,589.35. Now, that also includes, like I said, the diesel heater and the generator. The generator also runs off the diesel. So whenever we needed to charge our batteries, we usually started the generator every morning for about an hour or so we could, make our coffee, the microwave, or whatever we needed the generator for. So that burnt up quite a bit of fuel as well. Everything that we did was boondocking the whole 3 months that we were gone. We never once were able to hook up to electricity. We did have water at some places that we could hook up to water. But mostly it's boondocking, dispersed camping is what we had done. So that is going to cost a little bit more money as far as your propane, your fuel costs go. I was actually very shocked. Our horse feed bill was $660 for 3 months for 2 horses. And I'm actually quite shocked at that because it's actually cheaper than what we spend here at home. But we fed pretty expensive feed when we were gone. Our horses were living on soaked beet pulp. Jack is an older horse, he's 24. So we had to feed him senior feed. He did drop a lot of weight when we left. When we got to Tennessee, he had dropped quite a bit of weight. So we had to really boost his feeding. So we ended up getting extra weight gain, which isn't cheap. It was $29.99 a bag. We did buy 2 bags the time that we were gone. So we gave him a weight gain supplement. Other than that, we had compressed bales of hay from TSC. All of our horse feed that we purchased was all from TSC's. It was the easiest and most convenient way. We have traveled with bales of hay on the top of the motorhome, or on the top of the trailer, sorry. But unfortunately, with the weather and tarping it and the moisture, it was molding on us. So that wasn't working for us. We ended up throwing away some hay. So we decided the best route to go was the compressed bales of hay. They are wrapped and sealed, and they were awesome. I mean, it's a little bit more money, but it was well worth it. A lot less headaches, a lot less work. The propane and the RV dump, because we had to find dump stations whenever we were leaving a place. We usually stayed at most of our places for a week, sometimes longer, sometimes less. But we had to always find a dump station. Unfortunately, in Florida, you have to pay to dump your sewer tanks, your black water. The best part about traveling with the RV is a lot of the rest areas are free dump stations, which is awesome. There is a website called Free RV Dump that I found in order to figure out where we could dump for free at rest areas. So, but when we paid for RV and propane, it was $162.31. Now, we also had a miscellaneous of $244.31, and that was, we did travel with the motorhome, or with the motorcycles. We went to Fort Lauderdale. We went to the dog beach in St. Lucia, or Port St. Lucia. And we did, during long travel days, we did stop and grab a few things to eat along the way instead of trying to cook and travel at the same time. We did buy novelty items like t-shirts and stuff for our kids. We went to the fruit market at one of the spots, which is in one of our videos. We bought fruit there that was it was pretty expensive, but it was well worth it. It was really good fruit, really fresh. And other than that, we had a few minor repairs we had to do to the motorhome. We had to buy another cable for our solar panels. We have solar panels on the roof of the RV, which helps a lot too if you're boondocking. Keeps your batteries charged. The other bill that we had was our vet bills. As in one of our videos, Liberty did have to see a vet, an emergency call. We took her in, and she had a sand spur or a grass spur, or not sure what all the names are for it, but they're nasty, nasty little things that get caught in the paws of the puppies or in their hair, and they try and pull them off, and she ended up getting one stuck in her throat. So that, unfortunately, which cost us $59.60, which actually I was shocked when I got the bill, because I mean, vets here in Ontario you can't even get in the door for them to see your vet for $59.60. So I was really impressed with that. They were great with Liberty. They did a full exam. They checked her over, checked everything. They gave her some medication to help lubricate her throat, lubricate everything to get that passed through her. So she was good in about 3 days with that. Now, the vet that came out to do our horse certificates to be able to get out of Florida, which you need a health certificate to come into Florida and to leave Florida, unless it's within 30 days. If it's over the 30 days, you have to call a vet and get another health certificate made up. That was $65 for the 2 horses. So we had that done before we left Lake Penofsky, because we were heading to Pine Ridge and had to cross the inspection station on Highway 10. So you have to kind of know that the inspection stations are throughout Florida along the borderline. So you have to make sure that you stop at them, or it's a huge fine. You do get 3 points on your license for it. And if it's something that you've done more than once, or if your papers are not up to standards, they could quarantine your horses. So you don't want to take any chances with that. So it's best for the $65 for 2 horses just to get the health certificate. So that was $60. The only other place that we spent money was, we did stay at Rock Springs Run, and that is $5.10 a person a day, I believe. But we stayed at Rock Springs. It cost us $66.60. We stayed 3 days at Rock Springs Run and 3 days at the Fitel horse camp for a poker run and pig barbecue, which was really awesome. You'll have to check it out next year. It's a good time. So if you want to live full-time in an RV with your horses, you can do it. You really can. It's really not as expensive as I had thought it would be. I mean, for $1,329.64 a month, if you can find a place to disperse and camp with your horses and live full-time in your RV, you can't do that anywhere else with that kind of money. I mean, we had the best time of our life, traveling, riding, meeting new people. We've met so many wonderful people that have become like family to us. And we oh my gosh, I mean, it's a lifestyle that's I wish we had done it 10 years ago. But you can do it. So remember, click the subscribe button and you'll see where we're going, where we've been. We will be traveling the canyons, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. So follow us. Enjoy our journey with us. Leave a comment below if there's anything that I've missed or anything that you would like to know. And we'll do a video on questions and answers. So enjoy life. Do what you can do now before it's too late. And remember, live, love, ride.